To show you, it retains Quezon's portrait
don't
on the
have,
banknotes, which are
You
being
guys
slowly
see,
removed from
this is 5
circulation.
pesos, this
Next
is 1
comes a
peso.
striking red 50 peso, featuring 4th President Sergio Osmeña, with an image of the country.
Feel uninvited, left home in West LA, I'm not excited, so uninspired, on my way to play the bay while you're alone. This girl's a wonder, she loves me, yeah, she needs to know I love her. I wonder if we'll make it through this summer. Just wanna touch like back when we were younger. Yeah.
Hello guys, welcome to A&G Vlog TV. My name is Ahmad. Today guys, I'll be reacting on a video. The title of the video is called the $2 bill of the East/Philippines pesos. Let's check it out guys. What is all the video all about? Let's check it out guys. Let's see it together.
You'd be right to call some of the world's banknotes a little boring, or drab, or unimaginative. My apologies for immediately offending about 1.3 billion people, but as someone who's drawn to colourful and shiny objects, you've got to admit, these aren't exactly the most exciting banknotes in the world. The Philippine peso, however, is an explosion of colour, featuring natural wonders, native wildlife and historical figures, and in this video we're going to take a closer look at them and their hidden secrets. If you enjoy it, please consider subscribing. And as a little side note, I get tons of comments about the Philippine flag being wrong in this intro. It isn't wrong, it's just that when displayed vertically, the colours get flipped. Anyway, let's begin with the lowest denomination, the bright orange 20 peso. It sees the country's second president, Manuel L. Quezon, who also appears in the watermark and again in this box on the top left. There's also this cool tilt effect up here, where if you tilt the note and get the angle just right, you can see the number 20. The background features a Malacanang palace, plus a historical scene of when Filipino was declared the national language in 1935. The reverse sees an Asian palm civet in the foreground and the Banaue rice terraces at the back. Now this banknote is fairly low value, approximately 32p, 40 US cents or 36 euro cents, and with the amount of wear and tear they receive in circulation, it was recently deemed more cost effective to replace it with a coin. Although I don't have one to show you, it retains Quezon's portrait from the banknotes, which are being slowly removed from circulation. Next comes a striking red 50 peso, featuring 4th President Sergio Osmeña, with an image of the country's first parliament on the left and of the Leyte landing on the right, the first steps towards the country's liberation in the Second World War. The background, as with all denominations, is made up of microprint text. On the back can be seen a pair of giant trevally fish in front of Tar Lake, a crater lake within which is an active volcano, which itself has a smaller crater lake within. Like all the notes in this series, the featured species glows under UV light, and these random flecks within the paper become visible. Whilst ordinary paper simply glows bright blue, and ordinary banknote paper doesn't glow at all, the Philippine peso has added these tiny fluorescent strands into the paper at the pulp stage as an additional security feature. Things start to get really interesting with the 100 peso note. It features 5th President Manuel A. Rojas alongside the country's central bank to his left and a historical scene of the proclamation of the Third Republic on his right. The reverse features a Mayon volcano and a whale shark, which is a seriously cool animal to have on your currency. But when it was released, this note was deemed too similar in colour to the all-blue 1000 peso, particularly this middle section. Though it might seem easy to tell them apart here in perfect lighting, imagine you're a taxi driver working at night, or you work in a dark club or bar or somewhere. It created enough problems to warrant a reissue of the note, fully purple. Today both notes circulate simultaneously, but the old style are no longer printed and becoming increasingly rare to find. But it certainly isn't the rarest peso note. That title goes to the 200 peso, often referred to as the $2 bill of the East. Although I couldn't find any reliable figures, this denomination is rarely seen in circulation, and many of the country's residents have never even seen one, and nobody seems to know why. What's more, it's a note of very useful value, worth about $4 US and bridging the gap between the 100 peso and the 500 peso, so it should rightfully be a very common banknote. If you know the reason, please let me know, as I've gone slightly mad trawling the web for answers. But anyway, it sees the country's 9th president besides the House of Independence and the Baraswain Church, although these images were slightly updated in 2017. The reverse features a tarsier against a backdrop of the country's gorgeous chocolate hills. Next, it's a vivid yellow 500 peso, portraying the country's 11th and first female president, Corazon C. Aquino. Beside her is her husband, Senator Benigno S. Aquino Jr., who was assassinated in 1983. To the right is a statue in his honour, and on the left a scene from the People Power Revolution that followed his death. Interestingly, it was dubbed the Yellow Revolution, since many protesters wore yellow ribbons, which explains the colour of the note. And even more interestingly, the couple's son went on to become president himself, and was in office at the time of the note's release. His signature can be seen to the right of the portraits. The reverse features a blue-naped parrot and the Puerto Princesa subterranean river, and was subject to quite some controversy. Firstly, the parrot's beak and feathers are incorrectly coloured, later revealed to be a limitation of the printing method used. And then the little dot that indicates a river on the map of the Philippines is slightly incorrect. I mean, it's not exactly the biggest error in the world. I'm looking at you, Australia, and your $2.3 billion typo. But then the 1000 peso came under fire too. The front depicts 3 famously heroic figures who died resisting the Japanese occupation during World War II. To the left are crowds celebrating the centennial of Philippine independence in 1998. A South Sea pearl is featured on the reverse, with the Tubataha Reefs National Park in the background, including some cool looking fish and a sea turtle. Again though, this denomination was criticised for the location of the map marker. Now this time the location is quite dramatically wrong, but the printers explained they moved it so it wouldn't interfere with this, a UV security mark of the featured species. I suppose it makes sense, but it would have made more sense to just not include a marker at all. And on all 6 notes, the province of Batanes was entirely excluded from the map, though again this was a conscious design choice, essentially cropped out since it was too far north. Despite these minor criticisms, the Philippine peso has truly joined the ranks as one of the most beautiful, interesting, and certainly colourful currencies on the planet. Not only do they detail significant events in the country's history, but they showcase the very best of its natural wonders and indigenous wildlife, resulting in a series of notes that faithfully honour such a wonderful country.
I have some, as I see Philippine pesos, so I get some money, guys. I get some of the Filipinos money just to show you, some of the Philippines money just to show you. As I read the subtitle like this, I saw, so I immediately end the video, restart the video and get some money just to show you guys. You see, this is the 500 peso note. Yeah, according to what we see on the videos, and at the back you see parrot, as they said, and it's true. Yeah, you see it, guys. But guys, I don't have 1000, so I will show you 100 also. You see the 1000 is exactly, yeah, it's really kind of beautiful money, you know. And this is the 20 peso. I don't have 50 peso and 200. This is 20 peso. And I have also 5 peso, no, 1 peso here, 1 peso, and this is also 5 peso. Okay, I got all. Let me show you. See them, how beautiful they are. You see how beautiful they are. They are really beautiful, you know, really colorful, beautiful, you know, and easy to carry. They are not. They are not really too much big, and they are not really too small. They are not too big. They are not too small. They are really normal size, you know. You see, it's really nice. We come to the end of this video. Maraming salamat po sa support sa aking channel. Please, if you are new here, don't forget to join the family, subscribe, like and share. Love you guys. See you in the next video.